Amazon is still feeling the sting of not getting that $10 billion Pentagon cloud computing contract known as Jedi. The company now asking a court to temporarily block Microsoft from starting work on the contract. Let's turn back to the panel for a discussion on this one. How likely anybody who wants to jump in on this are they to succeed in court? Because the government has a right to award a contract.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be a completely non-biased. This is supposed to be an apolitical process. Yes. Supposed to be, as every contract is supposed to be. But in this instance, what Amazon is going to try to do is point to different areas where Trump has expressed bias against Jeff Bezos because of his ownership of the Washington Post, and as a result, Amazon. So he tries to, punish Amazon. There was the Postal Service issue that he had brought up, and then there were also issues where members of IBM and Oracle were lobbying President Trump. And at one point, an Oracle executive had tried to link Amazon, Jedi, and the Obama administration, knowing that Trump obviously doesn't like two of those, Amazon and the Obama administration, to try to kind of push him away from awarding this to Amazon. I don't think that we're going to see this reversed. I think that it's going to go to Microsoft and it's going to stay in Microsoft's hands. I think it would be the issue that people are going to point to is the longer we hold on finalizing an award like this, the further back we push our Defense Department as far as connectivity.
Still, even if Microsoft prevails, there could be some juicy revelations here, because just use Ukraine as a template. So we know that President Trump has no problem twisting somebody's arm for his own personal reasons. I mean, that has been amply proven, in my opinion. And what if they find they can interview contractual people who were told, somebody up the chain said, you got to give the edge to Microsoft, or just don't give it to Amazon no matter what you do. I mean, if that was a factor, that was communicated to somebody somewhere, and that could potentially come out in court. And you can also look at other Trump administration actions involving the corporate sector, and I'm thinking about that lawsuit against the AT&T Time Warner merger, where antitrust experts said there's no case here, and yet the Trump Justice Department pursued that case. Then when they lost, they appealed it. When the judge said, it's a dumb case, don't appeal, and they appealed anyway. And that seems to have happened solely because CNN was part of the mix there. So to my mind, that was direct presidential interference in a business matter where he should have had no role whatsoever.
All right,
so he's done it before.
I want to bring you into this, but first I want to play something really quickly, which is Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. We talked to him yesterday, and here's what he had to say about this issue.
I mean, to us, we've always been very focused as a platform company on public sector. In this case, the Department of Defense has been somebody who has been a customer for many decades. And this represents the natural evolution of that, given what we're doing with the cloud.
So, obviously Nadella is going to go forward and try and push the business. But, I mean, from an investing perspective, how closely do we need to watch this dynamic?
I mean, I think this is going to be hard to prove. So Microsoft is known to be one of the most cost-efficient, effective leaders in the cloud business. I think that it might come down to all of the various cloud providers, sort of listing the benefits and cons of using their service and sort of why they're the best. And I think, if the public really gets a hold of this and the media gets a hold of this and they want to push for, as Rick said, going back through emails and comments and what were contractors told to really, prove this point, I think maybe it gets hairy with that. But I think that a lot of investors have accepted that Microsoft is one of the cloud leaders and that they probably do deserve some role in the contract.
I think as far as just investing goes, there's this concept that the cloud is a zero-sum game, where Microsoft wins this, that's it. Or Amazon works with this company will never work with another company. The cloud is just incredible as how many organizations have multiple vendors. 80% of organizations use multi-vendor cloud offerings. So it's not like Amazon winning this, or even like Amazon using another service or another service using Amazon, doesn't mean they'll never work with Microsoft again. There is a ton of opportunity for all of these companies to get their fair share of the cloud.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.